Hello, hello, and hello. So, let's talk about motherfuckers that have a problem with communicating. Follow and subscribe. Turn on your notifications also. And I'm going to just keep it simple as this. Motherfuckers don't respect you. Point blank. I don't care if it's your grandma, the cat, the dog. You get what I'm saying? Sometimes you have to analyze the people that you are trying to communicate with. If you don't, then that'll make it more difficult on your end because clearly the person that you're trying to have a meaningful conversation or you're trying to give them some advice, trying to build a better relationship, anything in that nature. And it seems like no one is listening. And this could be a pattern that you go through with life, period. And I feel still to this day, till this day, I feel like some people don't communicate with me verbally, I would say, the way I would like them to. Honest to truth, people just don't respect you. That's it. And you have to take a step back and you have to check in with yourself and see who's the person that you're trying to communicate with. You have to think about the age, you got to think about the mentality, how you are, are you, the words you are using. I have learned that, shit, it's not the fact that they're not hearing you or they're not taking it in. It will take some time for them to break out of a habit, from what they're used to or what they're influenced by or what you are allowed to happen. You got to think about how long you have been allowing somebody to do these things to you, and have you tried different ways of communicating with them? Like shit, if you got to send it to them in a text, you get what I'm saying? You always got to do something different to get it through somebody. I just tried it in so many ways, and it can be draining, but always remain positive, always remain loving and coming from a caring space. Be considerate, because just because the way you treat people, they're definitely not going to always, treat you back the same. You have to accept that everybody's not you, and that's why we are different people. You have to understand that when you're dealing with different people, you're going to have to, talk to them, communicate with them differently. Like you can't talk verbally to a deaf person. So if you really are interested in somebody, interested in anything, you have to learn how to communicate with that person specifically. Take the time. Everybody is not in the mature state where you are, where you feel like communication is your thing, and communication is not one of their strong points. um you know but it all falls down to a person not really respecting you if they decide to continue their ways of showing you that whatever you say doesn't matter. That right there is just something internal, or who they decide to be with you. um there has been multiple occasions where I had to try things differently to get people to see what I was trying to say, or I haven't listened all the time, and I had to like bump my head a couple of times and be like, wait, that was what they were saying in my in the back of my head. Go that way, and just think about it like that, and you might have to dismiss yourself. I would say that, or if you just have that type of patience, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's certain people that you can't do it with, as like family or a best friend. You can't dismiss yourself if you feel like Nah, you don't want to give up on them. There are people who you are dating and you don't want to give up on them just because of the lack of communication. You are a strong person. I hate to feel like I'm not being listened to. That's a fucking deal breaker for me. Like, and I get tired after a while repeating myself because it feels like, boy, sweetheart, my love, I have been mentioning this issue with you for 3 months now, 3 years, 10 years. Now that we're here, I would like to talk to you about it so we can make some adjustments. Um, you know, I want you to understand that it hurts me. And I would like for you to just stop. Cut it out. Don't do it again around me. And if you respect me, if you love me, then you will grant me my wishes, you know? And more than likely that person, you know, especially when you set the tone, you don't want to be so hostile with a person who's already hostile. Shit, you might have to do it while you eating a coochie right afterwards and y'all finishing y'all late. There's different ways of communicating. Have to just know when. That's definitely for somebody that you're dating. Just know when is the time, the proper time. Everything is not the right time, so it doesn't register. You know, different ages, you got to talk to them in different ways. You get what I'm saying? Depending on the maturity, also the way they think. You know, that plays a big part of it. Their upbringing, their culture. You have to pay attention to these things. So you know, if you wanna talk to your moms, I don't care if you're a kid or if you're an adult, and if your parents respect you, sometimes parents don't listen because they have this authority thing going on with them. You know, like, who you talking to, mother? And you like, me personally, I just be like, all right, cool, you the mom, but I can't be like, well, I cannot do that. People, please, if you are dealing with feeling misunderstood, feeling like no one listens to you, feeling like you keep going through the same issue over and over and over again, more than likely it's either an issue with you or an internal problem with them. And if you choose to stick around while this issue becomes thickened over time, you must find different ways to articulate yourself, to get the message across properly. And learn the person who you are trying to get through. Is it a male? Do he have ego problems? Is it a female? Does she have insecurities? Is it your mother? Is she stuck in her ways? Don't come off like you're better than anyone, because then that's going to, more than likely make a person become defensive. Say it with consideration. So, you have to, everything is going to take time. Whether it's you learning, okay, maybe I am a little too aggressive, or maybe I am being passive. Maybe I am using the wrong words. Maybe I am overreacting. But if there's something that you want to be heard, and there is no change within the union that you have with the significant other, peers, we all want to be heard right now, especially 2020. We want to be heard. We want sympathy. We want empathy. We want compassion. We want patience. And everybody don't know how to receive that because, the way they was brought up, that shit don't mean nothing to them. Or the way they carry themselves, like, they ain't got to listen to you. So that's a battle that you don't want to even try to continuously to put yourself through. You have to know when it's time to just like, you know what, I done my part as a good person, as a righteous person. I dedicated myself to you. And you have to be stern with what you're saying and make sure that you don't have to be too loud. Like, I fucking did everything for you. Like, they don't give a fuck. Thank you, bye. I guess the one that when your mom always raised you to just like scream at you, she always the parents that always raise you screaming at you and stuff like that, it can be hard for you to even care for anything, because by the time you become an adult, communication wasn't that simple. And anybody just trying to sit down like this and talk to you is like, because we an adult now. Like, motherfuckers ain't trying to hear nobody but themselves, and we have to not do that when somebody is genuinely trying to like sit you down and just like, hey, listen, I'm not trying to make you feel small. I'm not trying to humiliate you. I just want to let you know you got a bad trait and you need to fix it, And I think if you want to prosper in life with a couple of things, you should listen to the people around you. If people keep complaining about the same thing, I think you should take heed to that and stop. It's not looking good. I keep saying the word respect because I'm heavy on respect, and people don't respect you, so they don't. When people don't respect you, they will not care to listen to you. But that don't mean you can't let them know where they wrong at, so that at least you told them, you did your part. Like, I spoke to the motherfucker. He chose not to listen. Now his head blown off. I'm sorry. That's real life hood shit. Real life shit. We have to start listening. Listen to ourselves. Listen to the pain that we're going through. Your body, your mind is telling you, don't take that pain no more. You pay attention to yourself. You're not going to do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Somebody is they're crying out. They're saying things. They are y'all always arguing. It's communicating something. It's something that is being said that you're not listening to, that you're not paying attention. I don't like you, but I love you, so I'm going to stick around for the bullshit. See if it'll work 5 more years. And if this is what you are communicating to them, in 5 years again, they still ain't fucking changed. Person do not care. Do not care. That person do not care. Person do not care. They don't care. It's not healthy. For yourself, it's not healthy for the relationship. Not healthy for both parties. A lot of us need to elevate. Number one key to proper communication, I would say, look at the person that you're talking to. Sit them down and talk to them in a way. Take your time and do what you have to do at that time. You remember, it's a time and a place. Who it is, who are you talking to, and where and how they was brought up, and how they just handle things. 2, think about the tone that you're using. Yeah, it's more effective when you can just allow that person to just let it all out however they have to, and then when it's your turn, take your time, set the tone, and make your way in. 3, let it go. Let it go. That's not a battle you want to battle with. That's not a fight that you want to fight. This person has clearly showed signs that you are unworthy of listening to. Like, I ain't gotta fucking listen to you. That's just how they feel about you. You can either stay and continue to have this issue and don't complain about it any longer, because now you are aware with these keys and tools and facts on what the situation is, and you stay and just deal with that how you deal with that, because clearly that person do not respect you. Be clear and stern. Make it short and important. Hey, I don't like people walking in my house with sneakers on. Please remove your sneakers when you come in here every time. I'll appreciate that. Thank you very much. I think people would take that very pleasantly. Depending on who it is, you can talk to your friends the way, yo, my nigga, don't wear your sneakers in my crib. I don't like that shit, you know what I mean? They don't like, my bad. Like I said, you got to know who you're talking to and how you saying it. Now, somebody walk in your house and they don't know, and only you know about this, and they come walking through. You don't be like, yo, what's up with you, my nigga? What the fuck are you doing walking in my house with your sneakers on? You dumb. You know how bad that's going to make a person feel, you know? I mean, I'm for sure they got the message. And if they don't listen every time, that means they don't respect you, obviously, right? Because they still doing it. And they got hearing problems or selective hearing. I know y'all heard that a lot growing up, because I did. We have to let it be known when something is bothering us sometimes. We have to talk to people genuinely so they can feel it. You know what I mean? We can't be passive. You can't be passive all the time. Like, when you are an adult and you want things to go smoothly, you cannot be passive all the time, you know, like shit. Here go a way that I can communicate to somebody. I've done this plenty of times. Like, not too many people know or are aware that to ultimately get your breath, mouth, teeth clean, you have to brush your teeth for over 3 minutes properly, you know? And I have a couple of people who I've been around or I just met, and it's not that I smell someone recently. So if you're watching this, it's not talking about you. But I have had someone or a couple of dudes or female friends where I have to like communicate with them about a problem in that area. So instead of me trying to say, yo, bro, your breath, I'll say that though. Your breath stank. I won't say that. But when you love somebody, you'll give them solutions. Solution to help out in that area, I'll say like I'm communicating is asking them, put them in a curiosity state. Bang, right? So it's like, do you know you're supposed to brush your teeth for longer than 2 minutes, three minutes max? I seen the motherfucker just be looking at me like they don't hear me. I'm like trying to tell you something that I learned. Like, and then I'll start getting feisty. Like, you over here ignoring me, acting like you don't hear me. I'm trying to give you some information because your breath be stinking. Don't ignore me. Don't disrespect me like that. I'm trying to help you. Was it nice? No. Was it nice you disrespected me? No. Don't ignore me. I'm trying to tell you something to help your stinking ass breath. You want to be careful. So, you want to be considerate on how, and who, like I said, who's going to perceive it. And somebody like, you trying to play me? Listen, I genuinely really care about you. So I'm just telling you a solution to take consideration on to help you, with better hygiene. I never said you particularly smell, but you have an odor coming out of your mouth, and I don't want you talking. If you my friend, I'm like, I don't want you talking to dudes, and the dude be like, your breath stinks. I tried to do that for my female friend one time, and she really said some off the wall shit, and I'm like, you nasty. You's nasty. You's nasty, bitch, and you nasty. You know who you are? No, but that bitch is nasty. Love you, boo. Let's start doing things in consideration. Take a person to the side if you have to. Be considerate, please. Communicate in a way that it doesn't have to be embarrassing. That you know that you are not intentionally trying to hurt someone. Bring them at peace. Teach a lesson. Let it be known that you are speaking in a space from love, a positive space. you are more than 95% of the time likely to get whatever it is you are requesting from this person because they know you genuinely being considerate. They respect you enough to take heed to what you are projecting and how you are projecting it. Let's start loving. Spread love, not hate. Again, respect, respect, respect. It is a reciprocation, something of a cycle that you want to return. It is listening, it is learning, it is wanting to learn. Because when you like somebody, you want to, if you want something, if you're interested in somebody, you want to learn them. Pay attention. You don't always have to bicker. Allow the person to talk for themselves. Express, listen to what they're crying about. If you telling them they're not listening to you, or you feel like you're not getting what you deserve, and if you could hear them and you be like, oh, that's why this bitch wasn't listening to me, cause she don't like the way I eat. She mad about that. If you would listen more, you'll find fucking clues in what somebody doing, and you just be like, you know what? Let me stop doing this and see how they start acting. And then that's you communicating to them that you are listening, and they'll start seeing and they'll start listening to you. Now they want to hear what you gotta say, and you be like, oh, this shit really works. So let's all just listen to each other. That's it. Pay attention to the signs of somebody that's telling you things without verbally saying it. Stop thinking that somebody always got to say something out verbally for you to understand something. Put yourself in a place where you feel like it has to be a line drawn. And if that line comes with losing a couple of friends, family members, and foes, and lovers, and friends, whatever, cats and dogs, turtles, and whatever, let it be known, like, yo, I can't do this. I can't do this. Y'all stay tuned for the next video, because shit is getting good. What's up, pretty? I gotta go. Follow and subscribe. Turn on your notifications also.